It's the Good News Wednesday show. Come on, kids, it's time to roll. Tell everybody that you know. Watch the Good News Wednesday show. Good News Wednesday's finally here. Let's stand up and give a cheer. Watch the boredom disappear, 'cause Good News Wednesday's here. Good evening, everyone. This is Karen Donovan, your host of the GNW show, brought to you each week on Wednesday to put a smile on your face and help you get through another challenging week. Tonight, we're talking about tapping into your talents. But first, question of the week. Tonight's question is, if a plane crashes on the border between the United States and Canada, where do they bury the survivors? Think about it. Time is up. I hope you were paying attention tonight. If a plane crashes between the United States and Canada, where do they bury the survivors? Well, they don't bury survivors, folks. The answer is they don't bury survivors. I'm sure you caught that because you're sharp. So we're celebrating a little bit. We're getting ready for St. Patty's Day. It's St. Patty's Day Eve, if there is such a thing. And tonight, we're talking about tapping into your talents. So let's get started with strategies for a happy life. That's right, folks. Each week we cover a different strategy about how you can be more happy in your life. And we've been studying the happiness trap for a while now. And we all know that everyone thinks that they're supposed to be happy all the time. But sometimes that isn't the case. Sometimes we have to tap into our talent when things don't go quite right so that we can become more resilient. Tonight, we're talking about talent and tapping into your talent. Do you have talent? Of course you do. Everyone has talent. Some people have a little more in one area, some people have a little more in another area, but we all are born with talents. And it's said that if you have a job where you utilize your talents, it feels like you never had to work a day in your life. So let's talk about tapping into your talent. How are some of the ways that you can do that and not fall flat on your face? Because, we've been talking about the happiness trap with Russ Harris, a wonderful book. And if you haven't read it or check it out online. It's really very, very helpful. And one of the things that we learned is that many people think that they're supposed to be happy all the time. But that's just not the case. We all run into situations where we're going along fine, we're using our talents, we've got our plans, we think life is great, and all of a sudden, whammo, something happens to make us fall flat on our face. And that is the first key to tapping into your talent, to realize that sometimes you're going to fail. And so the most important thing, 90% of success is determined by your resilience. How quickly can you get back up after you've fallen flat on your face? Barbara Corcoran says that the successful people in life are always those who are able to get back up, dust themselves off, and get back in the saddle as quickly as possible to continue on their path to success. So that's number one in tapping into your talent, is realizing that you have to be resilient. Number two is excel in the small things. And by this, I mean, if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't take care of your possessions in the little things that are the day-to-day things, how do you expect to be able to realize your talents by doing bigger things, being someone who has greatness? So, one of the things I do when I'm first talking to someone, especially interviewing them, is I actually ask to see their car, because a lot of things you learn from looking inside someone's car. Did you ever look in someone's car and it was a real big mess? Well, sometimes things happen, and sure, your car gets a little bit out of control. But for the most part, personal hygiene, taking care of your things, taking care of your car, taking care of your personal finances, these are all indicators as to whether or not you are going to be able to utilize the talents you have when you use them in the small things and then build up to the bigger things. Number three, as far as tapping into your talents, how about never letting go, never giving up? If you want to successfully tap into your personal greatness, never let go of your dream, right? And keep setting those goals and continue, even if you do fall flat on your face from time to time. Get up, dust yourself off. The trials come and they seek to destroy your dreams, but hang on to your dreams with all your might, for with persistence, your dreams will come true. And we were talking about a great singer who was a perfect example of what we're just talking about, by tapping into her talents and utilizing them even in the midst of having trials and tribulations. That's Aretha Franklin. And we talked about her a little bit in our Monday morning wake-up call. And Aretha certainly had every right to brag about her talents. She won 18 Grammys and recorded so many top singles. But she told the television station, "I'm not a star, I'm just the lady next door." That's what she said. And she was very humble. She was very normal. In the face of everything that she went through, and, if you've never seen the movie Respect, check it out, because it tells her life story. And she is truly an example of someone who harnessed their talents and utilized them even in the face of difficulties. So if you too want to harness your talents and tap into your talents, just remember this quote: "It's the rough side of the mountain that's the easiest to climb. The smooth side doesn't have anything to hang on to." Just remember that. Those are Words of wisdom from Aretha Franklin. Hope you enjoyed Strategies for a Happy Life tonight. And now, on to Real Estate Corner. Every week, we cover a real estate question that has been called in or sent in to me in an email, and you are welcome to ask a question on Real Estate Corner. See if you can stump me. I hope I can find the answer for you. Tonight's question is what are some hidden costs of home buying? Did you know that about 44% of home buyers are shocked by the costs involved in purchasing a home? So I'm going to cover 5 hidden costs that hopefully will help you or a loved one be aware that they are hidden costs when buying a house so that you are prepared. Number 1, of course, we all know this one. It's your closing costs, but a lot of people don't realize how much closing costs are. When you're getting a loan, depending on how much you put down, you could be looking at anywhere between 2 to 5% of the total amount of the loan as your closing costs. And that's your loan closing costs, not other closing costs that we're going to be talking about. So number 1 is be prepared and make sure that you ask your lender what exactly your closing costs will be. Sometimes there are hidden fees in there that are called junk fees that you can have them remove. So you want to make sure and be aware of those up front. Number 2 is your home inspection costs. A lot of people don't realize that they need to get a home inspection. Most people do, but they're not sure of how much it's actually going to cost. Usually a home inspection could run between $350 and $650 these days for a good home inspection. And you want your home inspector to really look carefully at the working components of the home, including the plumbing, heating, the electrical, the roof, and all of those things, and then make a written report with pictures and exact descriptions of things that they feel are in need of repair or replacement. One way is the age, like for example, of the roof, which needs to have 3 to 5 years left of life on it. Or what happens is your insurance company, when you go to get insurance, won't insure the roof. So that's number 2. Number 3 is title insurance. Now, buyers and sellers each have a responsibility for title insurance, and you must speak to your legal representative or your title company to find out how much title insurance would be on your purchase. Depending on what state you're in, it could be several $1,000s or more. So be aware of your title costs. Number 4 is moving costs. A lot of people don't realize how expensive it is to hire a moving van, especially if they're moving long distance. It could run for a long distance move upwards of $5,000. If you're moving locally, even a local move could cost well over $1,500. So you want to make inquiries and compare prices. Last but not least, potential renovations on your house. When you first move in, you're going to be looking at maybe fix-ups, paint, appliances, furniture. I'm moving into a house and I don't have any furniture. So be aware that the average person spends about 10 grand when they move into a house on minor fix-ups and furnishings and appliances. So those are 5 hidden costs of home buying that you are now aware of. And hopefully that will make you a smarter buyer or investor in the future. And now, on to everyone's favorite topic. That's right, folks. It's time for the Monday trivia answer. And if you got our Monday morning wake up call, then you got the question in your email on Monday morning. And if you didn't, you can. All you have to do is request a copy by sending me an email at Karen@homesbydonovan.com, and I'll be happy to send you out your complimentary Monday morning wake up blog newsletter, which contains helpful and useful and inspirational tips for the upcoming week. So this week, we covered talent. And of the talented people in the world, there are many iconic, talented singers. So our question is who was rated the number one most talented, iconic singer of all time? Good question. Now, if you thought it was, I'm going to name a few names. Celine Dion, Mariah Carey, Luciano Pavarotti, Christina Aguilera, Bruce Springsteen, Whitney Houston, Elvis Presley, Janis Joplin, Johnny Cash, Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder. Guess what? They were on the list, but they weren't close to the top. Now, I've got the top 4 here, so let's see if you can figure it out. Who was rated the number one most iconic, talented performer, singer of all time? A, James Brown, B, Frank Sinatra, C, Aretha Franklin, or D, Freddie Mercury? If you said James Brown, Frank Sinatra, or Aretha Franklin, I'm sorry, but you were wrong. The answer is D, Freddie Mercury. You know, we are the champions, right? He was rated, I was surprised actually, he was rated the number one king of showmanship, the most iconic singer of all time. So if you guessed Freddie Mercury, then you were right. Congratulations. So if you would like to get a copy of our Monday morning wake up blog, don't forget to send me an email at Karen@homesbydonovan.com. You can also send me an email there if you have a real estate question that you'd like us to cover next week on the show. In the meantime, please stay safe, care about others, and make it a great week. Enjoy St. Patty's Day. I'm going to play you out with a little St. Patty's Day music.